What's good? Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, going to be talking about this upcoming update with Clan Capital and the balances coming to the home village and my thoughts on both topics. If you guys like today's video, smash the like button for me. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe to the channel, turn on those notification bells so you know when these videos are coming. We'll get right into the action. Now, before we get into the details about Clan Capital, I'm personally excited about the update and them adding another new feature to the game. It gives us even more reason to want to open up this app and continue to play the game. And I'm especially excited for the raid weekends. I think that's going to be a very fun new thing on Clash of Clans that a lot of people are going to want to participate in. So there are two new currencies in Clan Capital. We have Capital Gold and we have Raid Medals. The Raid Medals, all we know so far is that we could fill our own clan castle in the home village, which I actually think is a great feature, especially if you're using a unique troop like Super Archers or something. You don't have to rely on a mini Town Hall or somebody else having that super troop boosted up. You can actually just use a Raid Medal and get that right away in your clan castle. And then the Capital Gold will be used to uncover buildings and basically rebuild them, because there's not going to be a shop in the new Clan Capital. You're just going to be rebuilding broken down buildings throughout the bases. And one of the ways we could earn Capital Gold is through the Forge, and we're going to be using resources from the home village or the builder base village with builders to essentially make Capital Gold. And that's going to be a great thing, except for you have to have builders available. So for us Max Town Hall 14s, we basically can build a lot of Capital Gold pretty quickly. And this also, the builder potion will also speed up and reduce the time required to craft Capital Gold in the Forge. So you could still use builder potions for your builders as well. The one feature I am super excited about is Capital Raid Weekends, which there isn't a ton of details on that yet, but just being able to attack as a clan and destroy other clan capitals that clans have is going to be a very fun feature and keep people interested in the game overall. And then obviously we're going to be getting new season and special event challenges throughout the month, every month for Clan Capital. That's going to help us earn the new resources as well, which is going to be extremely nice, because I know a lot of us get tired of getting 10 gems because we already have 5 builder potions or 5 hero potions or whatever it is. So the fact that we're going to be getting a new resource for Clan Capital, and then we're going to be able to earn that through these events, is going to be extremely nice. Now, if you guys want to read anything else, this is under the news tab in Clash of Clans currently, so you can go in there and actually read all the details yourself. But the one thing I will say, the more you are involved in Clan Capital, the better it will build your reputation. Unfortunately, you will not keep any progress if you get kicked from a clan or you leave a clan, but you will keep your resources and you will keep your reputation level, which will go a long way. So you don't have to necessarily be worried about getting kicked. Yes, you will lose all of your progress, which was my concern, but being able to keep your resources and keep your reputation level, especially if you have a high reputation level, people know that you take the Clan Capital very serious and you're very involved, and they will want you in their clans. Now let's move on to the second portion of the video and talk about the balances coming to the home village. They released this yesterday on Clash of Clans in the news tab and all over social media. So we will cover this and break down a couple things and what it's going to do to affect the game. Now, this first tab we are looking at is bugs and fixes and other changes. And a couple of these I wasn't even aware of. Like hero pets becoming invisible sometimes. I wish my pets would do that because it would help. I did notice that the Archer Queen's animation would occasionally cause her to twitch before her first attack and then slow down her first attack. And sometimes that can matter later on in the attack if you end up time failing, or she gets targeted and taking some extra damage than she should from a defense because she didn't attack right away. Another graphic that I was unaware of was troops being hidden underneath the crater of the bomb tower. I wish my troops would do that because, maybe it would help me get some more triples. The next line just has to do with the log launcher. I think it's an animation thing with the logs and actually showing better collision detection for the logs. I'm not really sure what that one's going to do for us. I wish it had a little bit more details. The next line is adjusted trap triggering rules to not require unit movement. So this one's going to affect like Blizzard would be the best answer for me, because when these units hit the ground, they are not required to move in order to trigger traps now. So like if you have archers in there and the archers hit the ground and they stand still because they're targeting a building that they don't have to move for, they will still trigger traps. The next line is decrease gem cost on donating troops if you don't have the 1 gem perk. I think that this is much needed. I don't really understand why we had to pay 30 gems for a siege barracks or a siege machine donation, but I hope that a lot of this is reduced, because there are some people who play Clash who cannot afford to pay for the gold pass every month, and I think it's kind of unfair from that aspect that we are still charging that much gems to be able to donate things if you don't have the time to cook them in your buildings. Now, the last two changes are going to affect our attacking and our troops while they are attacking. So the first one is air troops now take target building size and account when selecting and attacking targets. For an example, 4x4 Town Hall can now be attacked from half a tile further away than before. That's kind of interesting. So we took away a half tile from the Dragon Rider before on a nerf. So I wonder if the Dragon Rider is going to be able to target buildings from a half tile further now because of the size difference and that the stuff that it's going to take in consideration now when it attacks. Definitely curious to see how that's going to work, especially for some of these air troops. For the next one, ground troops now take building size and account when considering the closest target. Earlier, the closest target was determined based on the distance away from the middle point. So this one's going to be nice, especially for Blizzard, in my opinion, because there are times where my Super Wizards will not target the Town Hall like we want them to, and they'll target other buildings because they think they're closer. But in reality, the Town Hall is closer. So now it's going to take in consideration the actual size of the building. So the Town Hall will be the closest building in most cases. So we shouldn't have that weird animation where the Super Wizards run to a different building or completely target a different building instead of targeting the Town Hall because the middle point was further away. So that one's going to be a nice change, in my opinion, for a lot of our ground troops, especially the Super Wizards, in my opinion, on Blizzard attacks. For this last little portion, we're going to be covering the balance changes to some of our defenses, traps, and troops, and actually one pet that we're going to be seeing in this next update. First one, real simple. The level 12 air defense HP is now going to move from 1600 to 1650. I don't really see this one having much change. The balloons will still be able to do their thing. You might not be able to take down an air defense with 2 balloons now, or it might affect rocket balloons. I'm not really sure the specific details on that. It's just 50 HP, so it doesn't really seem like it's going to affect much. Level 4 Seeking Air Mine damage is actually going to increase to 2500 now. So that's going to be a big deal for some of these heavy hitting dragons and stuff that have over 4K and even higher HP, because another 100 damage to them is going to be a lot. And I did hear that we may potentially see a level 5 for the Seeking Air Mine. So be curious to see what kind of damage that would do. Potentially 3,000, which would just be insane for Seeking Air Mine to do that much damage. The next one is a defensive builder repair update. And for the level 3 and 4 builder huts, they will be going up 5 at level 3 and then up 10 on the repair. So they're going to be repairing a lot more of the hit points of these buildings, obviously a lot quicker. I mean, a 10 hit point jump is quite a bit. We already see problems with Skelly Donuts, Skelly Bonuts, and everything else where the builder huts affect some things, and the builder huts affect zaps and earthquakes. So now it's going to be even more, because we're going to be seeing more hit points being put back on these buildings a lot faster. The next one, level 8 and 9, Super Dragon's damage per second is going to decrease. And this is a big one, especially at level 9. We're going from 448 damage per second down to 429. It doesn't seem like a lot, but 19 damage per second I think it's going to have quite a bit impact on these Super Dragons. And then the attack range is also going to decrease by a half tile. Now we say that, but then earlier we covered the bug fix where the air troops will now be able to increase a half tile range when they're targeting certain buildings. So I'm not really sure if this is just going to even itself out. You know, we talked about the Dragon Rider is going to have longer range again. Not entirely sure if this is kind of just defeating the purpose of nerfing the Super Dragon, or if they're trying to make it to where it's not longer and it's just where it is currently. I think it's going to be kind of just where it is currently, because we're decreasing this one by half tile, but then we're giving them a half tile on certain buildings for range. So I think it's going to kind of just even itself out instead of making the range longer. I'm not entirely sure yet, but we'll have to see how that goes. And then the unicorn level, or the healing, is going to be decreasing from level 4 all the way up to 10. Now this is going to be a big deal, because I can tell you my unicorn has saved my queen or other heroes so many times later on in the attacks. And going from 77 to 70 is going to be quite a big difference on the healing spectrum. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. As always, appreciate you guys stopping on an everyday basis and supporting the channel. I'm overall pretty excited about the Clan Capital update. I think it's going to bring some new excitement to Clash of Clans, even more than Builder Base did, and I think it's going to be a lot more competitive than people are giving it credit for right now, especially the raid weekends. I definitely want my clan to be as strong as possible going into the first raids, so that we could be up there with the top clans in the world for the raid weekends. I definitely want that. That's going to be very competitive for me, so I'm excited for it overall. And I think the balance changes for the home village were not much needed, but I'm definitely curious about the one where the air troops are fixing themselves to a half range further, but we're still decreasing people a half range. I guess it was just to keep the range kind of where it is currently, but I think people saw the Super Dragon being decreased a half a tile. We thought it was being nerfed, but in reality, I think we were just keeping it to where it wasn't, or where it is currently, where it wasn't going to extend a half tile with the other fix to the buildings. But overall, I'm excited for the balance changes and the overall newness to the game that Clan Capital is going to bring. So if you guys like today's video, smash that like button for me. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notification bells so you know when these videos are coming. We'll catch you next time.